My bad. I forgot that I had said okay and that I was going to unban you. Where's this? Hunter Biden sits down with Andrew. Wait, actual Hunter Biden?
I was drinking so much alcohol, almost
Wait,
a handle
really?
of vodka a day. And alcohol is the most destructive drug, not just to your body, but it puts you in more danger than any other drug that I've ever experienced. And then you add on top of that the amount of crack that I was using at the time. And crack cocaine, in terms of your physical health, is not as dangerous as the situation that you put yourself in to be able to obtain it.
How do you get crack?
One of the things I don't want to do is give a how-to to any.
Dude, that's not true. His book literally is a step-by-step guide on how to get crack. Remember when we read that on stream and it was literally like a guide on how he gets crack in every city and like how he always knows where to find it and his go-to strats to get crack and like literally that's not true.
Moron like myself that may think that it's a good idea, but crack cocaine.
He teaches you how to make it in his book. He literally tells you how to mix it with like baking soda and like other stuff.
Cocaine is a I am fully aware.
You
when
learn
I'm
from that
talking
mistake,
about it in
Jimbo.
relationship to my
Right, dog
own
holes.
experience with it. It is still a shocking thing.
Dude, we have 3 furries with the name dog in the chat. Can we just talk about this? We have dog tuna, we have dog holes, and we have dog beast. We literally have 3. Right?
For most people,
Sorry.
because we have been fed this perception of crack cocaine. It's more than just a drug. It's more than like if you say meth or if you say heroin or if you say cocaine. It comes with a whole bunch of different baggage. And because of that, places that you can go get it are some of the most dangerous places in whatever location you happen to be in. And it's everywhere. Mainly for that reason, I learned how to make my own. Have you read... I'm going to pretend like you're not getting attacked by a bee right now.
Hey, it's all right.
Keep my train of thought.
Without them,
He has so much aura, dude. Can we just talk about how he is legitimately 100 times more charismatic, likable, handsome, like just good at speaking than any of Donald Trump's kids, like at all? Like, it's not even fair. I know that he's like he was the crackhead and whatever and blah, blah, blah. But low key, like I would prefer a Hunter Biden son than a fucking Don Jr. Oh my gosh, that loser.
Like you're not getting attacked by a bee right now.
hey, it's all right.
He's so cool.
For that reason, I learned how to make my own. Have you read... I'm going to pretend like you're not getting attacked by a bee right now.
Hey, it's all right.
Keep my train of thought.
Without them, we would all.
Just trying to root. By the way, that's true too. Birds aren't real, but bees are.
Dude, why is he so cool? Why is he just the coolest person ever, dude? Yo, while we're here, let's remember, dude, where did I put it? The Hunter Biden. I always have to find this, but every time, hold on, I can search my account. Hunter Biden. Why can I not search my own name? What? Hunter? Hello? Why is this website so shit? Hold on. Play music. Let me do it on my phone. Hold on. I posted it on my Twitter account like a while ago. I just want to see the Hunter Biden from his book where he writes about like what his first bell ringer was like. I can't search anything on my account. Why is this site so shit? Hunter. Dude, I can't search anything on my account. What the fuck? It's saved under HB Cockpicks. Try that. Yeah, should I search that up? Hold on. Did I put it anywhere? Did I like save it in anything? Hold on. Hunter. Is it in any of my chats? I like put it on. I save it anywhere. Where the fuck did I put it?
Jet Set Radio. Anonymous sent $5. If you ever want to do a druggy call-ins again, I got stories about
thank you
how
for
I
the
was trying
$5.
to rip people off, but got Kona jumping and got out of it. Cold crack is so funny, Lamar.
Really? Wait, if you ever want to do a druggy call in again, I got stories about how I was trying to rip people off but got counter jumped and got out of it. Coke and crack is so funny. That's crazy. Okay, we should do that. When's the next 3-day? Today is a 8-1 day. So in 2 days, we should do a call-in show. That would make sense. That'd make a lot of sense. Hold on, I'm just trying to find... I feel like I saved it somewhere because the last time I had so much trouble finding my... the last time I had so much trouble finding the quote, the Hunter Biden quote. Dude, did I not save it? So annoying. It's crazy. All right, I don't know. If anyone knows how to find it, or if it lets you search my Twitter account or anything, let me know. But it won't let me. I don't know why. I can't find it. Anyway, moving on. Ross, you need to make a Tumblr. True. Ross, you should make a Tumblr. Dalton and Wurs are arguing. Okay. Are all of the girls in there? Please tell me they're not. Oh my, they're all in there. There are 5 girls in this base.
Oh, brother. If that's hot, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, look at the one. Look at this one of Walter. Look at that.
Where's
I guess his
Dalton?
looks max then.
Okay, can we all
That's so
behave?
weird.
We had tech issues or so.
You should be
dull.
looking at this, not porn. It's just Walter's fat ass, dude.
I don't
Oh,
understand.
weird.
Like, you can't get mad at getting doxxed when that's all you guys do.
Walter, did you lose weight or what? Like, what's going on? What's the BMI update?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
No,
I'm
okay,
actually
I'm
really
proud.
good, but I'm
He
happy
lost
about it. Yeah.
120 pounds. Did
Okay,
you know?
I'm proud. How much did you lose?
120.
AFC, you have it. Sorry, I once
Oh,
again
yeah,
I was
he said-
correcting the
what did he
record on
say
that.
again?
That was February 14th. I saw
Is
it with
Dalton
my eyeballs.
talking?
That was this year,
You
dog.
don't. No, you don't. You don't.
Yep,
You don't
Yep.
understand.
I literally saw it with my. I stood there in real life, looking at it with
while
my
Gang Stalker
eyeballs.
was logged into my Instagram and posted the N-word on my story. Whoa. Like,
Oh, wait, Walter, didn't you say I lost 120 pounds, had loose skin, got emo, and then gained weight to lose slower? The loose skin made it so shredding didn't give proper results. Dude, what
What are they
the hell?
talking about?
Yeah,
So I was right about the loose skin.
yeah.
The flat.
It was
foot
like the
hitting off.
tightness on my abs. I felt like was kind of bullshit. But
Your
yeah, it's
abs.
you
Does
know,
the loose
it
skin
takes a while.
cover a bit though, or no? Of like, the PB.
This is horrible. Okay, Rasu, you just got unbanned, brother. Take it easy for a second, okay? You're gonna make me crash out. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. That was horrible. That was not worth going back to. Anyway, next, what else we got? Holy shit. Ban Karasu again, yeah. For making us listen to that. Thinking about it. Dude, why can't I search on my account? Like, why is it all cooked? Dude, look at this Pepe. Dude, isn't that just the best? Look at him. Okay, I don't know where I put the Hunter Biden quote from his biography. I'm upset that I lost it again. The next time I find it, I'm really going to have to save it somewhere. And I'm going to have to remember where I saved it. Because, dude, look at this one. Dude, look at that. Wait, look at that one's butt. Oh, my. Ah. Ah. Dude. Okay, we're not finding it though. We're cooked. I drew that one. Yeah, I drew that one. Okay, I don't know. I have no idea where it is. I don't think I deleted it, but maybe, I guess I did. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Next, moving on. What's in my Discord next? Steve Harvey's work camp. Wait, what?
This whole place
it's on
is
my alt?
dedicated to the upliftification of you.
I was locked or shadow banned? Oh, wait, it's on my alt? Hold on. Is that true? The Hunter Biden thing? I don't think so. No. No, unfortunately not. Sorry, okay. Back to
Young
the
people.
content
The
suggestions.
two
I'm
main
so
things we're gonna
ADHD.
cover at this ranch is how to make ranch and how to make me come.
You bring these young people in here, and fuck you for including me in it, by the way.
No, fuck you for coming, man, because
These are mostly shitty kids,
Yeah.
fair?
pretty much all of them.
Most of them don't have any fathers, right?
No, we take them.
The impact on these young men is astounding.
You know, I give them an impossible task. I say, hey, write 400 things on a piece of paper you want. Then I start beating them over the head, you know.
What? Okay, next, moving on. Ahem, full interview. Wait, okay, I actually kind of want to watch the full interview.
I was drinking so much.
He's so
alcohol,
cool. It's 3 hours though, but he's so
almost a handle
cool.
of vodka a day, and alcohol.
Why speak out
You know,
now?
It's been a while. Been a long while. I had a conversation with Jamie Harrison, who's the former chair of the DNC. He's a great friend, loyal. And I was down in South Carolina for other things and kind of like family down there. So I sat down with him and talked about some stuff, but nothing like this.
What made you feel like now's the time for a official, unedited long form?
Well, I don't know when it is the right time or not the right time. I'm an admirer of your work, and we have a mutual acquaintance. It didn't take me much to agree to be really interested. I think the work that you've done is some of the most interesting commentary on the moment we're living in. The expanded
Biden
moment
fucks
that we
with
seem
you.
to be continuing
That's
to live
true.
in of the from
Line set $5.
Thank you, Eli, for the very generous support. I appreciate it. No media, no nothing. All right, thank you so much.
2020 on. I hadn't seen much of the earlier work that you had done, but I do know that I at least appreciate the sincerity with which you approach everything that you do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
You
the
said
glazing's
2020
crazy.
on. Do you feel like that's the year the world kind of went crazy?
I speak out.
I think that that's the year that we all kind of woke up to the realization that things are crazy. But no, I think that they've been going crazy for a while, and I don't know whether crazy is the right word. I think that I don't know how interested people are in my
Dude, can we get to the crack?
my take on why I think the world is a little bit crazy.
Ooh, coping with crack.
No, it wasn't as linear as
Okay,
that.
let's see.
And so with me, what ended up happening was when my brother was dying, he was dying in a very slow but certain way because he had glioblastoma, multiform stage 4 cancer, which basically you have a 2% survival rate, and even that 2%, your
Thank you for the
chances
follow.
of being fully intact physically and mentally are, basically 0.2%.
Yeah, he had brain cancer because he was exposed to some radiation in Iraq or something. Where I don't know where it was, but when Bo was in the military or something, right? He was exposed to some chemical or weapon or something, and he got cancer because of it.
People survive with
Oh, burn pits. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
their life, but almost a 98% certainty.
Burn pit is
that you're
official
not gonna
story?
live outside of 2 years. And so my brother never wanted to really know those numbers. And
He was a JAG, which is sus. What is that? Burn pit is official story, but he was a JAG, which is
So,
sus. What does that mean?
we're
Explain.
I haven't read all of the book, but the people have given me little synopsis of like this guy,
Oh,
Alex
a
Thompson,
lawyer.
who no reason anybody would know who the hell Alex Thompson is. He has this whole thing, I understand, in which he says like the Bidens covered up Bo's cancer diagnosis. And I feel like saying, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You get a terminal diagnosis, okay? What do? Do you accept it, go home and die? Or do you say, I'm not dying, I'm going to be part of that 2%. I sit down with the oncologists, and the oncologists tell me that there are new procedures and there are new experimental things that they're doing as it relates to X, Y, and Z at MD Anderson or at Sloan Kettering, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try that, and I'm going to survive, and I'm going to run for governor. My brother was the Attorney General. He was no longer the Attorney General.
Mormons.
He did not run for re-election. Both sides of the family, the Bidens, the Finnegans, the Hunters, and but mainly the Bidens and the Finnegans.
Wait,
and
why
you
is
go
there
back,
a...
particularly on the Finnegan side, and you see Francis W. Finnegan died
They're
age
Mormons?
32, consumption. All these people that died age 39, left 4 children, consumption. And it's just a catch-all disease, and what it is
Did he fuck his
it's
niece?
alcoholism.
Maybe.
He died of alcoholism. And the reason is this, is alcohol is the only drug that impacts every single organ in your body. So from your brain to your liver to your kidney to your spleen, it enters your bloodstream.
Why did I see
It's the only
a
drug
frame that
you
was
can die
Mormon?
from withdrawing from.
What about Xanax?
Except for benzodiazepams, which are in large...
Wait, here.
Both sides of the family, the Bidens, the Finnegans, what alcohol did in the lives of the people around them.
You're not talking about like Irish ancestral memory here.
I am, kinda.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I really am. I'm talking about, like, I think it is in our bones.
Wait, he's talking about racial, ancestral tendencies? Hold on, go back to the beginning of the segment.
Rewire because it would take care
Hold on,
of
let's listen
what
to all
I
this.
believed in my rewired chemistry of my brain was telling me is that you're going to die from. Like, you cannot, like, you have to take care of this. And I know the fastest way to take care of it. The best way to take care of it is a drink or a drug. Unlearning that is a really, really difficult process.
Did you find that, a lot of addictions, especially, are kind of comorbid, they go with each other? So you said alcohol was one. Do you feel like drugs and alcohol, specifically like stimulants and alcohol, work really well together? Or did you ever find yourself smoking crack just without drinking?
No, it almost invariably, I've found with all the addicts I've had personal experience with over my life, whether it's the meth addicts with the benzodiazepams or the cocaine users with alcohol. I mean, really hardcore addicts, or when I say hardcore, what does that mean? And most people try to find like some kind of stasis in which they can withstand
addict.
the downsides of whatever their addiction is, but it never works.
I'm like a casual, like, heroin addict.
And it always falls out of balance, and
Like,
you always overdo one and don't prepare
every
enough
other
for
weekend.
another. Let's see this. Alcohol causes more
I do too, Hello Baked,
death
but I love
and
Hunter Biden.
violence than every single other drug combined times 5.
Do you think a lot
He does sound just like Joe Biden, and he looks just like young Joe Biden. Like, exactly like his dad. It's crazy. When you see old photos of Joe Biden, he does look just like this. He's like a little bit more Chad version, though. And he's got such a, I don't know. He's a very good speaker. You know what I mean?
that has to do with the
He really has, like, aura.
normalization of alcohol culture, or do you think it's the
Ranked users. I'm a ranked.
Because it's like everywhere you go.
addict.
You
So let me tell you about alcohol. One of the things, my dad never drank. My brother never drank, really. And the reason that they didn't isn't because of some bad experience that they had with alcohol. It's because they witnessed what alcohol did in the lives of the people around them.
You're not talking about like Irish ancestral memory here.
I am, kinda.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I really am. I'm talking about, like, I think it is in our bones. I look at my family tree, and one of the cool things about your dad becoming president is the Latter-day Saints, who have the largest database of genealogy in the world. I have this really a lot of material on, both sides of the family.
True. Family history. Thank you, Anonymous, for the 3.
Send $3. How does he look, Sam, better than Dangerfield? Send it, scumbag. Very crazy.
How does he look and sound better than Don Jr. and Teal? Ascended scumbag, Irish, crazy. Him and his dad just have awesome genetics. Joe Biden, too. I mean, Joe Biden, when he was president, obviously, he's like 80, what was he, 87, 88, 89, something like that. And senile and like dementia ridden and all of this. But in his heyday, there's a reason he was vice president. There's a reason he was president. You know what I mean? Like, good speaker, smart, charismatic. I forget what Hunter Biden's numerology is. Let's actually check. Hunter Biden. I forget what it was. I know his dad, Joe Biden, is an 11-11, born on November 11th, 19 whatever, and I think the year adds up to 11 as well, which is crazy, which is like super influential, super charismatic, very emotional though. Hunter Biden birthday. He is, what is he? I'm thinking that he's, if I remember right, he's a 22 or he's a 4 or something. Okay, this is the right one. Robert Hunter Biden. Yeah, that's the right one. Robert Hunter Biden. Oh yeah, he's mental 4. He's February. So the month. So I have a hunch, which I've been working on with numerology, okay? Which is the way that other people see you is the month that you're born in. Like, not your actual traits, not your actual skills or anything like that, but how others perceive you is the month you're born in. So February would be 2, which is 11, which is the charismatic number, okay? The number February would be that you appear charismatic. Whereas someone born in July, they're often very nerdy looking or very, not necessarily nerdy, but a lot of the time it can be that, or very reclusive looking or whatever. And people born in March or June will have very like wholesome looks and will appear very wholesome to people. It's not necessarily just your physical appearance, but it's like how people think of you like in their mind, not just how you look physically, but every part of it, right? How they perceive you. And so yeah, so he's born February 4th, 1970. So with this working theory that I have, and when I've looked at this, it's been accurate every single time. He does look very charismatic, like legit. He really does. Or he appears to be, not looks, but he appears to be. Like, that's my perception of him. You know what I mean? Anyway, so 2 plus 4, 6 plus 1, 7, 16, 23. He's a 5-4. That's right. Okay. So he is a 5 life path, which is like a sexual fiend, deviant, addict of that kind of thing. Loves change, loves roaming around, meeting different people, trying new things, trying everything out. Doesn't like rigid things. Although the 4 kind of balances that out. But the problem with the 4 is if 4s break rules, they get punished for it. They get found out constantly and constantly pay for it, which is why they really like rules and like following the rules. But a 5-4 is going to have a conflict there where their life path is going to make them want to be trying a bunch of things that could, get them addicted or just get them in trouble. And the 4 is going to make them pay for it. That makes sense with Hunter Biden. Anyway.
Bidens, the Finnegans, the Hunters, but mainly the Bidens and the Finnegans. And you go back, particularly on the Finnegan side, and you see Francis W. Finnegan died age 32, consumption. All these people that died age 39, left 4 children, consumption. And it's just a catch-all disease. And what it is it's alcoholism. You died of alcoholism. And the reason is alcohol
Hunter
is the
Biden
only
is
drug
11 inches.
that impacts every single organ in
True.
your body. So from your brain to your liver to your kidney to your spleen, it enters your bloodstream, and it's the only drug that you can die from withdrawing from.
What about Xanax?
Except for benzodiazepams, which are in large quantities, you can die in because it has the same impact that alcohol does on your body. Because once you withdraw it from your body, it's the only drug, along with benzodiazepams, that can send you into seizures because your body is saying, I need this to live. And so it has tricked it so conclusively that the sugars of those alcohol in every single organ scream out, and basically you have seizures and die. The way in which alcohol as a disinhibitor works, causes people to do some of the most ridiculous, fucked up things that you can possibly imagine, from what they do in terms of what they say, to the car that they get in and get behind the wheel, to the anger with which they respond.
So
Most
true, Hunter.
people with alcohol, it simply is an amplification of their worst qualities.
I fuck
And
with
your
him,
voice-
dude. It's impossible not to. Like, boomers are just kidding themselves when they act like he's not way cooler than all of Trump's kids combined. Like, I mean, Baron, we'll have to see with Baron, obviously. Baron's like more promising. But even so, like, Hunter's going to have more charisma than him regardless. Like, he's so chill.
Mine was never violence, and I'm not going to judge what my worst qualities were, but maybe it was delusions of grandeur. It's my worst things, but like that, it's a really, really toxic mix.
Also, since we have a bunch of mods here, make sure you're not banning people for spamming because we want the chat to be moving as fast as possible all the time. So if people are spamming like 5 messages at a time, it's okay. And let it be.
For me, it's like extremely depressive nostalgia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll like hijack the.
But at the same time, if someone's ruining chat, like if it's like a bot or something ruining chat, and it's like 1,000 messages, ban, obviously.
Touch tunes and play some song that makes me think of a different time.
Yeah.
I'll start getting really sad and talking about how I missed 2008. So your kind of most prolific bender was during the Trump era. Between 2016
Pick has
and
the data. They know how many people are actually here.
When your father was in the White House.
Exactly. 100%.
That's not true, but the chat is supposed to
that
move
people have.
fast.
I mean, you know,
Not true.
I think they're opening up an investigation to cocaine that was found in a cubby outside the West Wing of the White House.
I think it was Don Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about old White House.
Yeah, when my dad was there.
Oh, so they just got to blame you automatically.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally going to do an FBI, another congressional investigation, because they've convinced themselves that it had to be me, that there was a little tiny. And I guess my point of even bringing it up is that no, I have been clean and sober since June of 2019, and I have not touched a drop of alcohol or a drug, and I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of that.
And why would you bring cocaine to the White House?
Why would I bring cocaine to the White House, stick it into a cubby outside the city?
It is true, though. It's not true. If the chat doesn't move and you have 500 viewers, Kick is seeing it as like a botted stream, which is what like a ton of them are. So they tell you when you're a partner, I would know. How would you fucking know? So they tell you that you're supposed to be farming reacts, farming your chat, farming, you know, everything, and that you want it to be moving and talking and engaging, and you want a ton of engagement, and that's how they base KCIP. Okay? Anyway, sorry. They have data about the chatters. You're just wrong. You're just fucking wrong. I'm not going to argue with you anymore, but you're just wrong.
Room in the West Wing when I wasn't there. Anyway, this must, who the fuck knows?
And politicians, I mean, they do blow, right?
I testified before the
Same for
House
spammers,
Oversight
dude. You're
Judiciary.
you're just wrong. Every person with KCIP tells me that they get paid more when their chat is spamming versus when it's not. Dude, the rage bait. Someone acting like they would know? How would you fucking know? Hello? If I could just reach through my fucking screen and grab Logan right now.
And Ways and Means Committee. It was a whole big family shindig on the Republican side. All of them showed up, from Marjorie Taylor Greene to Lauren Boebert to Matt Gaetz to, you know, they're all sitting there. None of them had the guts, except for a couple at the very end, to ask me any questions. At one point in the 7 hours...
Jimbo, they have data on the chatter's sexuality. Your whole chat is gay? Fuck. I'm rage baiting. Jim Soy Rage. Shut the fuck up. Tell us something we don't know. To be fair, I've been telling you for 2 years. Pussy scanner. Not here. Okarasu just in all caps said, I'm gay. No one will see this because the chat's moving. Okay. Jimbo, should Paul steal all of John Dave Irving's fortune? I think you're crashing out and being overly parasocial. But yeah, my pussy hymen is intact.
That I was being deposed, in which, by the way, I demanded that they do it in public, and they refused. And the reason is because they're fucking morons. Matt Gaetz, of all people, was giving me shit about my drug use. I said, really? All the people at this table, you're going to talk to me about
He
my
mogs Matt
addiction, my
Gaetz.
alcoholism? And I said, how many of you have had your own experience with alcoholism and addiction.
They're
Because
all
I knew
100%
at
drug
least
addicts.
4 or 5 people
Clearly.
in that room on the Republican side that were in recovery. And I knew of 3 that have been accused credibly of being drug users. And I knew that every single one of them had somebody in their family that was absolutely facing a serious drug problem.
I think there might be a lack of understanding there because they think that cocaine is fundamentally different from crack cocaine.
I don't know what they know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, because they think cocaine, Scarface, very cool.
Yeah.
Crack cocaine, they think The Wire.
oh, in that sense, oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Like they don't know how
absolutely. Yeah.
similar the chemical compounds are.
Well, the only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and
Dude,
water
break it
and
down
heat.
for us. How do we cook
That's
it?
And
How do
those
we make
things are
it?
pretty much free if you go to like a
Hold
science
up.
store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar,
He already
cocaine,
has.
and baking soda.
How different is the experience?
It's vastly, vastly different. And
Dude, his book literally, hold on. Did someone send it to me? Wait, actually, I think someone sent me the book. Wait. Biden. Wait. In my personal DMs, did Caesar Says send me the book? Where is it? Someone who always sends me every book I need. I think it was Caesar Says. Wait, was it? Maybe not. Who sends me all the books? Yes, it was. It was him. Beautiful Things.
Send $30,
Hunter Biden
hey?
PDF.
I'm so happy you got on partner.
Hey, thank you so much. Me too. Thank you for the very generous support. I appreciate it. Big shout out. Okay, here's the Hunter Biden book. What do I search up? I would search up baking soda. Dude, this is literally Hunter Biden's book. It sounds absurd now, given that first day, but I came to California for a fresh start. I wanted a new place to be lost in, and a certain level of anonymity. I wanted to get away from Washington, every bad reminder. I should wait for this song then. But thank you for the very generous support. I appreciate it, Anonymous. Thank you for the big dono. Everyone keeping it going too. I'm doing this against my will. Please don't make crack with this info. W book sender. They just don't make them like Hunter anymore. They don't, dude. Congrats on Brian. Thank you, Dog Tuner. Dalton let me down, Groiper. Thank you for the follow. Turn it up.
Shout a text, right? Send your boy a smiley face. Gucci mine X-rated, we can make a sex tape. Pics on my iPhone, Gucci on her iPod. When she turn around and make it say, oh God, mommy real beautiful.
Good song, by the way. Great song. Alright, where's my chat? There it is. Hold 'em with geek hard. NHB intro app music. True. True. Look at that booty. Pepe booty in chat. Look at that. You seeing that? Oh my god. Bro looks good.
LOL smiley face, LOL smiley face. Soldier boy, tell him, babe, LOL smiley face. Baby girl sent the picture to my BlackBerry. She fine and she thick just like.
Dude, if you like Hunter Biden, you'll love Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. You think?
We can go and kick it, babe.
Really?
Later on at my place, she messaged me on MySpace. Told me she loved me. She
Thank you for the big dono. I appreciate it. Big shout out. I think it's gonna end at 3 minutes. Thank you for that. Huge shout out. Anyway, Okay, so here's the Hunter Biden book. This is what it says. It sounds absurd now, given that first day, but I came to California for a fresh start. I wanted a new place to be lost in, and a certain level of anonymity. I wanted to get away from Washington and every bad reminder and influence there. I wanted to go someplace that wasn't always gray. I wanted a do-over. I planned to find a rental, settle in, and stay. Instead, I holed up inside the chateau for the first 6 weeks and learned how to cook crack. At that point in my free fall, I was acutely aware of the hotel's more depraved history. It was part of the attraction. My bungalow was near one John Belushi died in from a drug overdose. Not long after Jim Morrison supposedly leaped from a 5th floor window at the chateau. He died in a Paris hotel room, or hotel bathroom tub. I thought about those kinds of things a lot. The amount of alcohol I consumed and crack I smoked was astounding, even death-defying. Morrison was a fucking piker compared to my shenanigans. Cooking crack took practice, but it wasn't rocket science. Baking soda, water, cocaine, that's it. I decided I wanted to cut out the middleman and could dilute the stuff with God knows what. Besides, my bungalow had everything I needed. Stove, microwave, glass jars, and a tutor who made house calls. Fonda, the skateboarder turned Carthy. The most critical parts of the process are procuring a proper jar to cook it all in. One that's not too thin, it'll break, and not too thick, it won't heat properly. Getting the proportions just right. I became absurdly good at it. I guess that 172 on my LSAT counted for something, though I wasn't beyond the occasional major fuck up. I'd heat the mixture over the stove in a baby food jar that would splinter and ruin everything. Or, this was later, in a hotel room without a stove or microwave, heat it with a torch lighter, hold the jar too long so it didn't cool down too quickly, and burn the shit out of my fingertips. It's less potentially toxic to buy from somebody who knows how to cook. But cooking my own opened new avenues to me. There were 10 times more people who sold powdered cocaine than sold crack. Buying it was a more genteel process. Relatively speaking, except for my desperate forays in a tent city, I figured I could eliminate one layer of drug world repulsiveness. I was off to the races. There's another part too where he explains how to cook crack. And then where's the part L?
Beep boop.
Okay, here's him explaining what crack felt like. This is insane. Okay. This is how Hunter Biden writes about crack. He said, I'm not exactly sure of the sequence of events. After going through those ritual motions of concern, Rhea snapped the $100 from my hands. Oh, he's buying it here. Bicycles is a decade-long user, not a dealer, blah, 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 blah. After going through those ritual motions of concern, Rhea snapped the $100 from my hand, pedaled off, returned minutes later with what I wanted. I'm not exactly sure of the sequences of events that followed, but I do remember that the first hits I took resulted in only a slightly better bang than I got that time back in college. Then, like now, I pushed the small rock of crack into the tip of a cigarette and lit it up. Like most things one wants to become successful at, smoking crack requires practice. I returned to the same spot the next day, blah, blah, blah. I spotted a chair half hidden by a pillar in front of a closed coffee shop. I settled in, lifted the pipe to my lips, lit the rock, and inhaled. In an instant, I experienced what's called a bell ringer, crack's holy grail. The sensation is one of utter, almost otherworldly well-being. You are at once energetic, focused, and calm. Blood rushes to every extremity. Your skin ripples with what feels like bumblebees. Eyes get jangly yet stay alert. Eardrums compress to the point that every sound pours through with such intensity, like a shot through a rifle barrel, that you think you're having auditory hallucinations. You're actually just hearing with hypersensitivity. You're a field dog. You pick up the merest peep from a block away. I chased that high on and off for the next 3 years. Isn't that insane? Blood rushes to every extremity. Your skin ripples with what feels like bumblebees. Eyes get jangly, yet stay alert. Hear with hypersensitivity. the funny thing is too, I remember when we were looking at this, he says exactly where he bought crack, and it's literally like this. It's like legit a block from the White House. Like the first time he bought crack, or that time where he would buy his crack, was literally here. Where is White House is here. This park. He literally would buy it here. He would meet bicycles literally here. This is... I put a ruler down. This is 1,000 feet from the White House. Where he would always, and the first time he tried it, and always where he would buy crack. Anyway. So cool though, honestly. He does just have crazy aura.
But like for real, I
doing Cocoa Puffs is not the same as smoking crack. Crack rock, otherwise known as better than sex. The National Museum of Crack. I gotta try this. Damn, I'm inspired to do some now. Beautiful news. Me when I take an aspirin. Big, beautiful cocaine. True. Better bang.
I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall. That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it?
He's saying he doesn't want to talk about it because it'll make him want crack. That's so crazy.
Safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of these actors and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing.
That's true.
Not exactly, but close to it.
You need, I mean, an ingredient in crack is cocaine.
But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my point about it,
your
point about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack
just changing
that
the form.
is really insidious. And what it is that any
total
time,
crack recall.
You know, I think one of the reasons
Not
that
even
they
safe to
believe
remember.
that smoking
Crazy.
cigarettes is so addictive is because
This is like LeBron breaking down basketball, says K. Gloiper. We're listening to the LeBron of crack right now. Dude, why is he so cool? Like, again, I'm not, like, being a drug addict's not cool. I have a brother who has struggled with that, and it's not cool. But the people who do it, the people who survive it and stop being drug addicts are actually really cool and fun to talk to and really interesting. Always. Every time. They just have crazy aura and are cool. And so is Hunter. Like, Hunter is so fucking cool.
because it combines three really important things. It's habit forming, there's an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learn very early, even as children. With a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, even to breastfeeding. Okay, so I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I'm no expert, but I do know this, is that you combine with that ignition, combustion, and then you combine the ritual. You have your cigarette in the morning, you have a cigarette when you get out of the car, you have your cigarette with your coffee. Crack is that on steroids. It's over and over. There's ritual to it. There's a ritualized part of it. The combination of all of those addictive behaviors together becomes like really powerful. And the drug in and of itself is a more immediate euphoric sensation and connected to it than, in my experience, cocaine alone.
Does it require more frequency to maintain the high?
Yes. Yes. And the capacity to use more than you could otherwise with powder cocaine, just physically to be able to ingest it.
So you're kind of saying that cocaine reaches a certain plateau of euphoria where you can't necessarily get any higher.
In my experience, yes. This is like a PSA. If you want
Makes
to
sense.
completely, utterly fuck
You
up
couldn't
your
consume
life,
enough.
you know, I don't think that anything is necessarily, oh, you do it once, you're addicted. But there's about the closest thing that statement could be true would be with crack cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the impact in communities in the inner city in the 80s, it, I mean, led to an entire generation being destroyed, left without parental guidance and stuff like that.
You know, when I went to,
So
I went to
true.
Yale Law School, and I
So
had
true.
a professor, Duke, who was
Crack
one
ruined
of the
black
key
people.
voices in the country at the time from
That's
a
what
policy
happened.
perspective and a law perspective about the inequities of our drug laws. And you could very much make an argument that, by the way, the Clinton crime bill that my dad helped architect was
I survived
the
crack.
consequences of what you call the crack wars during those period of time. The result of the war against crack cocaine, or was it the result of the crack cocaine itself? I'm
Possible terrorism in New York City right now? Really?
not saying that crack in and of itself is in any way safe or recommended, but the response to it, I think, was far more destructive in those communities
Jovian
than
X
the
Jovian
actual drug
sends
itself.
$5
Which,
for
by
Hunter.
the way, like all drugs, all addictions,
Thank you, Jovian, for the 4. Hold that thought, Hunter. Oh, wait. Oh, is this him in the... Oh, I thought that was him in the bathtub. 4 Hunter. Jovian X Jovian. Hold on. I'm trying to see what's the situation with New York City. Anything? I'm a crack survivor. Dalton crash out after the space. Thank me for my service. Play with it, okay? Oh, play with it. Oh,
completely
okay.
dependent upon the way in which a community responds
Sorry.
to them. Nobody gets clean
Run it
and
back.
sober without community. Nobody gets clean and sober without support. If, you know, the response is, you know, met with just violence from the dealing to the destruction, I don't, you know.
Do you think that, like, looking back at the crime bill and stuff, your dad and that kind of...
Oh yeah, I mean, my point was, when I was at Yale, I wrote my senior analytical thesis was on the disparity between crack and powder cocaine sentencing. That was in 1996, in which, I mean, we knew then, and you know, that's when my dad became president. He did away with all of that. I think that Obama did part of it, and he eradicated it all. And then he pardoned almost everybody at the very end of his administration that had been swept up and were still in prison as it related to those disparities in federal sentencing. Obviously, he has no control of the state, but hundreds of people were commuted sentences and were pardoned.
And you feel like your paper at Yale kind of helped implant that idea in his mind and help forward that cause?
No, I don't think he remembers my paper at Yale. More than anybody remembers my paper at Yale. I think I'm the only one who remembers my paper at Yale. But I do know this, is that at the very end, I was the only...
Dude, he's got full implants. Are you seeing that too? Like, clearly? Like, he clearly has full implants, but they look good. They actually look really good. Because they're not, it's not, what's the thing you just put on top of teeth that people get, like Zerka has or other people have? Veneers. Yeah, it's not just veneers, because veneers go on top of, like, you know, teeth that are less than ideal. Those are clearly, like, put in, you know what I mean? Those are, like, I think. Yeah, those are. Like implants.
But I do know this, is that at the very end, I was the only thing that I can say that I truly weighed in on with my dad was on that level, and he was pushing on an open door. I think people forget the historic record number of people that he pardoned based upon the drug laws.
Also, yeah.
Okay. Is this the terrorism breaking news? Active shooter situation unfolding in Park Ave between 51st East and 52nd East in Midtown Manhattan, New York, near the Blackstone building. One civilian, one New York NYPD officer, have been shot, with the officer sustaining multiple injuries. The suspect, described as a Middle Eastern male armed with an assault rifle, has prompted a level 3 mobilization with counterterrorism units and a bomb squad now on site. Hundreds are sheltering in place as police, supported by a heavy weapons team, have entered the building. Stay tuned for updates. That's crazy. I can't believe Iran would do this. Now that things cooled off for a second. In the Middle East, what the... Wow. They're just so crazy. When was this? This was 30 minutes ago. Update on the active shooter situation. Reports incoming that the shooter's in custody. Footage of SWAT and NYPD heading into the building to take down the active shooter in Manhattan. The shooter is in custody. Manhattan active shooter update. EMS is helping 3 people. 1 police officer, 1 civilian are in critical condition. 1 civilian is seriously hurt. Additional footage from the active shooter situation in Manhattan.
Good.
Okay, so it's already over. Per scanner, the shooter is still at large. No, wait. There is still a threat to the public. Shelter in place. Per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan. The shooter is a male, Indian, tanned with a bulletproof vest. Indian. Per scanner on active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. Eyes on male in courtyard with rifle. Possible second perp. Per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. They have eyes in possible on the 32nd floor. Alleged picture of the shooter in the active shooter situation in Manhattan. Why would they take it this way? Yo, what even is that? It's got like a Chinese mouth and nose, like an Indian complexion and black hair, black people hair, an afro. What? Tactical gun. Sneeko. Sing. It's fucking Sneeko. Eric Andre. Literally just black. Literally just a black guy. Yeah, you're right. Now that when I look at it more, that is literally just a black guy. If there's 2 shooters, there could be a different one that they're talking about, because this could be the one that's in custody. Blackstone, KPMG, 2 laws firms, the NFL, main tenants of the building. Per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan. Multiple civilians are being evacuated from the building. New York Mayor Eric Adams comments on the active shooter situation. New Yorkers, there's an active shooter investigation taking place in Midtown right now. Please take proper safety precautions. If you are in vicinity, do not go outside. If you are near Park Ave and 51st East, due to police activity, please avoid the vicinity. Update on the active shooter situation. Units are gearing up to search 345 Park now. All cops are advised to stand by in the lobby to form teams. Per scanner, 4 minutes ago. Active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. Reports incoming that the shooter shot himself on the 33rd floor. Male perp with self-inflicted gunshot wound. Per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. Why? Okay. Why is it always the 33rd, dude? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it always like a 33? Why is it always in there? First scanner on active shooter situation. Plate number 99138 for perp vehicle. Additional footage from the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. Someone's phone fell on the ground.
Back up! Back up! Back up!
The press just being like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Are they arresting her? Why is she in cuffs? Or is he... It could be a trans person. This is New York City. Does look like a trans person. Or like a crackhead old woman.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! All right, back up.
What? I don't understand. Now they're running her back?
This guy, he comes out of here with the he's from Palestine. He keeps saying free Palestine. He got his fist coming up in the Palestine stuff. He walking out. The police don't pay him no mind. I said it's him. And then they end up getting him, got him, and they put him to the ground and they got him. Tried to bomb it up. I don't know. He tried to bomb it up, and so did the lady. The lady that he came in there with, she left with a red bruise on her face, though. She went down in.
She was with him?
Wait. Is this even related? Is this like old? Trying to bomb it up? That was a shooter. This seems like an entirely different situation. Also, like, how is this already cut up? Am I crazy? Today is 660 days since October 7th. Are you serious?
Can you do me a favor?
Dude. Is that real? Jimbo, content, Palatine space right now? Okay, hold on. First scanner. Heavy weapons team on 33rd floor confirming male shot. Reports that there are multiple other victims on the floor. Yeah, see, that doesn't match this at all. Per scanner on the active shooter situation. It's still a active scene. Shelter in place. New York, 15 seconds ago. Stairwell, 33rd floor. Multiple people shot. Perp is unaccounted for. Floor is not secured. Shane Tamura, alleged perpetrator name. Amura. Name. Origin. That's Japanese. What? Rice Village. That means Rice Paddy Village. Rice Field. Shane Rice Field? The fuck? He's a high school football player and he didn't get picked. Asian? Incel Asian? Okay, but the other things don't make sense. So that's apparently the shooter. And then this is apparently footage from it. Doesn't make any sense. It's like about something totally different. They're arresting a woman there. She's saying that she pointed out the Palestine guy. The police are all running around like it's a fucking protest. None of it makes sense. Positive affirmations for Dalton. Here's the all-time space. Here, we'll watch this. We'll listen to this while we wait for more information about the terrorist attack.
Before.
Wait, I just joined as a speaker?
To send Dalton positive affirmations.
That's true.
What would you like to say as a co-host?
I will mute everybody as the co-host. No, what are some other good Dalton affirmations? I feel like we need Dalton reparations, not Dalton affirmations at this point.
That's so true, though.
So providing reparations to us. You know, I started out the space with the idea that we should like do some.
Yeah, we're gonna actually send like what would Dalton do with money that he got for free, and we're just gonna speculate.
Dalton Clodfelter will give it back to people.
Dalton Clodfelter will spend it all on Aurelia.
No.
Okay, hold on. Before that, I just want to say, it says, per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York, multiple shooters as per witnesses in the building. How could I find the police scanner?
I'm gonna spend
Here, while we
on
listen to
pizza,
this
and I'm gonna
space
stay in and knock out
that Paulton's on,
These are not affirmations.
let me
guys. They're
try to
like
find this
curses.
police scanner.
I, Dalton Clodfelter, will smoke crack cocaine with Hunter Biden someday.
And Kark Newman.
It's Krizak. Chad, it's my tobacco pipe.
Jimbo, you have any affirmations for Dalton?
I hope he finds $100.
Dalton Cloudfelter will find money on the street.
Yeah.
Have money.
Yeah. How to listen to
How about this? I,
police.
Dalton Cloudfelter, will become friends with Wurzelroot.
Radio.
And it'll all just be a big joke in a few months.
Matter.
I, Dalton Clodfelter, will adopt a dog so I'm not so sad all the time.
I, Dalton Clodfelter, will get Paul Allen to start the show back up for the people.
I, Dalton Clodfelter,
I,
so
Dalton-
the looks max so I can get a wife in the future.
I, Dalton Clodfelter, will refer to Paul Allen by his stage name and not his real name, like when I doxed him.
I, Dalton Clodfelter, will go back in
get leg
time and
extensions
undox him.
so I can look smacks.
Are Paul Town and JDI the like brothers or something?
They're the same.
Yeah.
They're in love. Hold on. Okay, wait. I found a police radio. Hold on. New York City, Manhattan. Now, how do I find the police? Hold on. I should leave this on while I keep looking here.
That's like a good way to tell us apart.
Police
well, I'm
radio.
just like low level irony, and you're like into like the meta irony that
No, I'm just sincere.
that only like iDubbbz and people like that can like.
Yeah, I did just kind of base then. Thank you. We got to get back on topic though. We got to get back on topic.
Why I changed the topic to speculating what Dalton would do if he won a scratch off.
Oh right, yeah. What,
I,
if you were to,
Hold on. Here is a. Can you listen? A brief 15 to 30-second ad will play first, bruh. Oh wait, didn't. Wait, it wasn't playing. Fuck. Listeners? My bad block. Right, nothing there. But how do I know which one it is? This one has 20K? Oh, okay, wait. Thank you. Bread and Circuses, thank you. Good work. All right, gotta read the chat more. Fire dispatch.
Division 3.
Okay. $300 listeners. Suspect appears to be gooning to the JZE. Paul Town's affirmations are bigger news, to be honest.
The report is 1932 hours at this time. The incident duration is 59 minutes.
Bro, the New York City thing is old news. It's an active shooter situation right now. 14th precinct.
Engine 3-4.
Precinct. Manhattan precinct. NYPD citywide. Oh, this one has 20,000.
Ladder 3, oh, your message, sir.
This is the one with 20,000.
Right now, we're still clearing the 33rd floor.
They're on the 33rd floor.
Simple. CRC portable. Inspector Hammer on the air, Inspector Hammer. On the air. I got the RTF crew here from FD. Where do you want them? I'm at 5-1 in Park. Frank, I'm taking them in.
Steve Lookner's stream. Click.
CRC portable, Central.
Here, send me a link.
Central, be advised, I got the state troopers that have a med bag as well, if anybody needs any resources for medical.
Go to 5-1 in Park, okay? 5-1 in Park by the Bank of America.
10-4, we're already on the 3rd floor staircase.
10-4.
Where was it?
SRG Inspector Red in regards, they're on the 3rd floor. State trooper is with the med bag.
Alright, 10-4, I have EMS, I'm bringing them in the lobby.
51st, 52nd Streets. Midtown Manhattan.
Chief of EMS is on scene.
Central, you can come to use staircase W. We have the staircase W to the 3rd floor.
Just be advised, Chief of EMS states that his units will not be going in until the scene is secure.
First. 51st. And what was the intersection?
Right, Central. We got the state troopers here. We need anybody to go into hot zone.
It was 51st and 52nd Streets. Where? On Park Ave. Where was 50? 40.
That's with the state trooper inside, Kay. DRC portable. Thank you.
It's literally here.
I'm at the portable. What floor did you need the EMS to go to? They don't want to go in. Maybe we could try to help. Advise what floor they need EMS on. Limits they can advise.
Okay. JDI and Paultown were roasting you.
DRC Sergeant, I'm going to try to go up and help. I got troopers with me with the med pack.
Brock would have stopped this. That's true. Put me in, coach. Talk to them, Jimbo. EMS is on the scene. NFL headquarter building. Okay, let's put on Steve Luckner. Steve Luckner.
DRC Sergeant, you got any word on what floor they need EMS on?
Whoa!
Last update, they needed
What's
them
his
on
name?
the 33rd floor.
Dude, where's the dude who, where's his live streaming news channel? Is he not on? He's not even on.
We're taking elevators.
Oh, here it is. Okay,
On
pause.
Wikipedia, it says this.
He's doing the same thing.
Sorry, Intel Point Alert.
Dude, me and him
caught this on
we're doing the
Wikipedia.
same
Good
exact
catch by
thing.
Intel Point Alert. Here are some
I
tenants
can
in
just
the
steal
building
his.
according to Wikipedia. Blackstone Group, Consulate General of Ireland, Capital Trust, Deutsche Bank.
Yeah, why would you be
Enterprise
looking at
Ireland,
this
Tourism
unless
Ireland,
you're
KPMG,
being
Logan
conspiratorial?
Loeb LLP, NFL,
Why would we even-
Piper, Giffray, Board, BIA, Closed Flow, Rudin Management Company,
I mean, I guess.
Wafra, JP Morgan Chase. I don't know
JP
if any
Morgan.
of these were targeted.
Clearly
I
JP
don't know if any
Morgan.
of these were targeted.
Obviously JP Morgan. Steve digs deep. We love agenda-free TV.
I first heard about
We're
this.
taking elevators.
One of the persons said people could have left work for the day. Well, I first heard about it from the police
Are they taking elevators, Central? Proceed. Yeah,
at about.
get information from SOD where the victims are. We have the rescue task force in the lobby ready to go up.
Hold on.
Gotta pee.
This
Dalton
happened
was
before
just
7
shot.
p.m. Before 7 p.m., so there would presumably still be a bunch of people in that building.
They're targeting the consulate of Ireland.
We don't know if this was targeted or what the deal with this
The
is.
British. City of London behind this. Again.
Live now
Like
from
always.
Fox
You
says
and
at
your
least
guys secure the 33rd and 32nd floor for EMS. Elevator bank D as in Delta, okay? Right
What was
now
he saying?
you have no civilian shot up there, right?
At least 6 shot.
To the 34th floor from the
Fox 5 says at least 6 shot.
Rambouillet is up there on the 33rd floor. Link up with him, and we're going to have to secure the 33rd and
And still,
32nd floor.
maybe
Elevator,
still enlarged.
D as in
Enlarged.
David. All right,
At large.
All right, you're going to see Lieutenant up on the air.
I'm going to be vindicating my football theory. Okay,
So
if
again,
the
Fox
black guy
5
picture
says
is
at least
real,
6
that
people have
makes
been
sense.
shot, including a police officer. That's what Fox 5 New York is saying.
CRC Lieutenant Maldonado on the air. On the air.
Multiple shooters eating poop.
Location, boss.
Fox 5 says the shooter
William of Orange.
That's what they claim.
Let's stand by on the second floor for now. Clear the room. You want to rendezvous with the ESU boss? I just did.
It's crazy. Okay, is it actually? Hold on. ChatGPT. How many days since October 7th Israeli attack?
There is Central Park right here.
660 days.
Central Park right here.
On the 33rd floor?
345 Park Ave.
Dude, come
This
the
isn't
fuck
that far
on.
from where the Luigi
That's so
Mangione
insane.
shooting, was it?
Like, what?
The Luigi Mangione shooting of the CEO of United Healthcare was that was at 54th and 54th and 5th and 6th. I'm sorry, just a few blocks away. It's only a few blocks away from the Luigi Mangione shooting of the alleged shooting of the
What does this all
CEO of,
mean?
United Healthcare.
Can you come over by the elevators? This floor. Elevator B.
Sun and Moon in Leo, Mercury in Leo in retrograde, meaning it's going apparent backwards through that sign. Venus is in Gemini, ahead of Mercury. Mars sits in Virgo, Jupiter is in Cancer, and Saturn retrograded in early Aries. All of the outer planets are in retrograde motion. Except for Uranus. But it basically is.
Sergeant Burke, SRG-4 on the air.
Dude, me and Steve are just sitting here typing it up. We're just typing up a little storm here. Hold on, let's see. Focus on identity, Sun, Moon, and Leo, societal themes. Public figures may act more boldly, performatively. Pride and tribalism. Leo energy could intensify political, cultural divisions. Collective mood is passionate, dramatic, spotlight-driven. Media, entertainment, celebrity culture takes center stage. Mercury retrograding in Leo. Societal effects, misinformation, miscommunication, tech breakdowns are likely, especially involving leaders, celebrities, or public institutions. Conflicts around freedom of expression, censorship, or public messaging. Past statements or figures may resurface in the news. Venus is in Gemini. Society favors quick connections, witty dialogue, digital flirtation. Artistic trends are clever, wordy, media-rich. Public discourse around gender, relationships, or values may become more intellectually focused. These ones don't matter as much, though, because these change constantly. These matter. Saturn. I mean, those would matter with this situation. But the long-term effects don't matter. These do, though. Jupiter, Saturn, because these last really long times. They affect general trends.
I might have some live video in a second. Hold on a second. I have live video.
Steve's got live video?
I have some live video coming up for you guys. If you give me a moment here, I will have it for you.
I didn't say any bad words in the space for you.
Give me a moment.
I know, JD. I'm just... There's a terror attack. They're at large right now. On the 33rd floor. The shooter's in retrograde?
One moment here, guys. I need a second to get this on the screen for you. Okay, hang on. It's coming up. It is coming up.
It's happening! Dalton's taking hostages on the 33rd floor.
Midtown South Portable.
There it is. That's in New York. Live in New York City. Live in New York City.
Texting somebody, they're unknown what floor inside the building, but they're in the center. Unknown how many people are inside.
That's
Going
the
task.
ASP.
Fourth Sergeant K.
Going Task Force Empire Shield.
About approximately 40 people on the
Wait, that kind of goes hard. Empire Shield? Task Force Empire Shield. Deploying.
That's 40 people on the 32nd
That shit's tough as fuck, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, Central, just be advised. It's gonna be the stairwell one.
Oh, well, I didn't want to do the space as soon as I started it. I just wanted to say that. Oh, okay. Thank you, JDI. I needed to save Dalton's life. Dude, he's up there. He just shot 6 people, apparently.
Stairwell yellow, 40 people.
They're trying to get people. There's civilians many civilians in the building still.
SRG 4 Sergeant Central.
SRG 4 Sergeant.
What's the numerology of 345?
Let them know that we have the 40 people at this area. We'll stand by until
12,
we get
3.
action to move.
10-4,
GT is ammo red direct. Thank you, Sergeant. GT
Now
is
reduced to
ammo red.
3. Reduced to 12, which would reduce to 3.
This is not a live shot. I'm sorry. This is moments ago.
Six
This
shot.
is a recording shot. So I thought it was live, but I wanted to show it to you
Dude,
anyway.
Steve.
Then we'll go back. All right. See, we just saw
What is this?
some video. It
Quick,
originally
give
said it
him
was live.
your
That might be
positive
live,
affirmations.
though.
Get him out of there.
I think this might be on tape, so I'm going to assume it's moments ago.
Hi, Dalton Clodfelter. Am
It's a little unclear right now.
an empath, and I'm going to fix things with Wurzel roots.
4 Sergeant Central.
I'm not going to kill everyone. I'm going to put the gun down and surrender.
We're going to be moving with the 40 victims. 40 persons. We're going to be going down the...
I am Steve. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 10-4. We're
Come
here
on,
with the
Steve.
issue, and I also have my personnel with me. Just advise all the units in the stairwells that we're going to be coming down.
Wait, Wurzel's in line one of the tents is Tourism Ireland. I know, he said that because he showed the list.
40 civilians. 40 civilians, not 40 victims.
To the bank. We're going to be going down the bank, not the stairwell.
10-4, be advised, going down the bank.
Number of shooters unconfirmed, no motive is currently known. The building is located between 51st, 52nd Street.
10-4.
Is this updated?
CC Chief to Central. Yeah, just be advised, the issue at
Let me
SRG
check.
and CRC
Let me check on this
are
other
still clearing the
window.
floors in the building as we get witnesses of personnel and civilians within and around 53rd Street.
Dalton has
They're
40
still clearing
victims
the building. They're still
hostages.
clearing the building.
EMS, FDNY is on the scene. They went up to...
Okay, additional footage from the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. It's just people on the street. Doesn't matter. Per scanner on the active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. One perpetrator in custody on the 33rd floor. Per scanner on the active shooter situation. Units are still clearing the 33rd floor. EMS entering the lobby. EMS is not going into the hot zone. It's still active. Active shooter situation. More footage. People fleeing. Per the scanner. Multiple people barricaded on the 25th floor per scanner on the active shooter. 40 people evacuating from the building now. That's the latest.
It's a little confusing because I thought it was live and they're saying it's tape turned.
We don't know where Laura Loomer
Let me
is.
double check with them.
There's
'Cause I
no
think that's a
confirmation
live
on
shot.
where the loom is. It's hard to say.
Let me just make sure here. I think it's live.
A hostage needs to go live on Insta or something? True. Dude, I don't care now. I just want the chat spammed constantly, so I don't even care. But Karasu, what the fuck are you saying? You crazy bastard.
All right. So again, multiple people shot in this building in Park Avenue. This video was, I think it might be live, but if not, it's this is not live. This is moments ago, that video, a few minutes ago. But I'm leaving that on the screen. Let me show you the building now. That's the building right there. That is the building.
Show the tenants again.
345 Park Avenue.
Show the tenants.
Central, just be advised, we split up the group. It's going to be 20 going down to Eddie, and then you have another one going down the chute.
10-5K, you have 20 going down to Eddie and the other going down the chute.
Lisa, the pissed off Canadian.
Give me 1K. SRG 4 Sergeant. You say you're splitting up the group, 20 going down to Eddie and 20 going down the chute?
32 floor.
The stream is pre-recorded. Steve Lookner is the shooter? That's like really good cover. Imagine you pre-record a stream and then you go commit a crime and wear a mask and then you have an alibi though because you were live.
Between Lex and Park, we got multiple people coming down from the boys.
Could you imagine? Then you just have like an automatic chat play that you pre-read, so you can like prove it.
NBC News, New York says.
Lobby entrance 5-1 in Park and Lex.
They have a
NBC
shoot
News,
there?
New York. I'm not going to talk over the scanner. NBC News New York says the suspect may have shot himself. Initially, we heard that on the scanner, but it's not clear. Not clear if there's one or more shooters, by the way.
RTF team wants to talk.
Right.
So I'm trying to get you more updates.
Yeah, where's
here.
Beardson? Where the fuck is Beardson?
Yeah, we're gonna have about 30 people exiting out onto 53rd Street.
Boring at mass shooting. Gonna put It's Always Sunny on the second monitor.
Civilians are leaving the building. Civilians are exiting the building.
They're putting Valorant on a whole new engine. Way more important than people's lives. Okay, true. They're putting on a new engine? What engine?
Central, we got a location for any casualties in this building, any floor. We're holding on 33rd right now. Brief these people before we cut them off.
Before we cut them off.
Do we have any casualties at this time? We have units holding on the 33rd floor.
Source, dude. Imagine if they put it on Source. Unreal 5? Bruh. Remember when mass shootings used to be cool? No, mass shootings have never been cool. Or funny or anything in any way. You're civilian. Come on. Come on. People's lives.
On the air. This child, I got 1 in 5 with me. Stand by that. I got 1 in 5 with me. It's child. You need me up there? Rendezvous with Lieutenant Lewis on the roof.
Dude, I need to pee really fucking bad. Hold on, I'm just gonna leave the police scanner on and the audio to this on. And go AFK for a sec.
Could you raise that unit that was in the stairwell with the multiple casualties?
No, Live Now from Fox is saying at least 2 shot. But Fox 5 New York says at least 6 shot. So it's unclear the numbers here. I'm going to say at least 2 shot because a bunch of outlets are saying at least 2. Fox 5 is still saying at least 6. But I'm going to say at least 2 because that's the only outlet I've heard saying at least 6.
Lewis, this me down. Yeah, we come up. Come to 43, and then take stairwell well up.
The New York Post says 3 shot and the shooter shot himself. That's what the New York Post is saying. Hang on a moment here. CNN says 2 civilians believed to be dead. Thanks to a viewer, CNN reports 2 civilians are believed to be dead. Okay, Fox News now says at least 6 shot. Fox News says at least 6 shot. That's from Fox News. They say that's according to NYPD. That's according to NYPD. So 6 shot, reportedly, 6 shot and 2 dead. CNN is saying 2 civilians believed to be dead. So again, Fox News says at least 6 shots.
Okay, Max, sorry.
CNN is reporting at 2 civilians believed to be dead. Give me one
Bryn
moment.
is getting food. I'm just going to keep streaming. We're just going to keep covering it. Ahem, extra long show. Beardson Dalton murder suicide. We're getting a law to honor the event today. Bryn is the active shooter. Yeah, Bryn is the active shooter. Exactly.
Just be advised, let them know what we're on.
We'll just keep streaming.
I'm going to post the photo.
Anything happened while I was
There's
gone?
a purported photo of the suspect floating around. It's not confirmed. I'm going to show a purported photo of the suspect. I'm not going to show it. I don't have the rights to it. But and I'm not sure if it's him. But I'm going to post a link in the chat for you of the photo.
Dude, you don't have the rights to. That's so retarded. You don't need. Active shooter situation in Manhattan, New York. Update: the suspect is dead and in custody, according to the New York Post. One NYPD officer was killed and at least 5 others were injured after the crazed gunman wearing a bulletproof vest stormed the Midtown skyscraper at around 6:30 p.m. More updates to follow, okay? That's like misleading though, because it sounds like there might be multiple shooters.
Moderators, I really appreciate it.
They're acting like they're still shooters.
It's unconfirmed whether the suspect is in custody. There was it was said on the scanner that he was in custody.
It's crazy because
but
I missed a porn dono.
A suspect was in custody, but it's unclear. At one point on the scanner, they said that they had that the security had on camera the suspect had shot himself, but then they later said that wasn't the suspect. They didn't have a suspect there, so it's just unclear right now what the status is.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Now CNN is saying
Anything
at
else?
least. Now CNN is on their site is saying suspect believed dead after an officer and 2 civilians shot. On TV, they had a headline that said 2 civilians believed dead. Fox News says at least 6 shot, and Fox is saying that's according to the NYPD. So again, a lot of different information floating around right now.
One officer killed 5 people wounded. What we just read. All right, anything else happening with this? Oh no, active shooter. Guess I'm out of here. There's
New
some
York
random guy at the
Daily
shooting
News
site just
says that a police
KMS.
officer and 2 civilians were
I
shot.
don't know.
But Fox News is literally reporting NYPD says at least 6 shots.
Right.
So it's confusing right now.
It is. Jimbo, we need some kind of fish sticker to spam when we see the AFK screen. Yeah, true.
The shooter, breaking news. Shooter has been neutralized. Breaking news. The commissioner of police says the scene has been contained and the lone shooter has been
Breaking
neutralized.
news.
Breaking news. Shooter has been neutralized, says the police commissioner. Here you go. This is
Update.
Jessica Tisch, the police commissioner of New York City.
Lone shooter.
CLC on the roof. You on here?
So that video that had the like Palestine thing and this on the ground, this was not it. This was like a protest at another time. Unrelated.
At this time, the scene has been contained and the lone shooter has been neutralized.
All right. Well,
That's
then
confirmed now by the commissioner of police.
thank goodness for our boys in blue. Dalton crashed out. Steve Franson almost got away with it. All in a day's work. Steve Lookner has been killed. I got him. He's down. Good work. I like how excited he gets when he breaks any news. Yeah, true. That was fun. Okay. All right, well, then that's over. Next, what else we got? A GOP candidate for governor in California is coming under fire for social media posts that reference Auschwitz, the infamous Nazi concentration camp, as a model for ending homelessness and employment. California gubernatorial candidate criticized for Auschwitz post. Dude, and you know what I realized when I saw this earlier is just like for no reason, Auschwitz has me fucking blocked on Twitter. I've never interacted with them in my life. I didn't even know they had a Twitter account. I'm just blocked. Infamous camp. The infamous Nazi concentration camp. That's funny. The Auschwitz Twitter blocked us all. It's fucked up. Auschwitz doesn't want Jimbo. Am I not invited to come see the site? What the fuck? All right, next. Anything else? Dude, isn't this music nice? Isn't that like so? This playlist is so chill. I made my own like background music playlist. It's like easy to talk over and like, you know, doesn't make it I don't know, tough too, basically. Anyway, so I'm assuming this is maybe the actual shooter. If it really is one shooter and that's what happened, this makes a lot of sense. The name too, it literally looks like it. My prediction right now, it is a half black, half Japanese, because of the last name. Shiga. Can you say that? Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. How can Dave Portnoy send you to Auschwitz if you are blocked? I don't know. You should challenge Timcast to a debate. We can super chat the clip into his show tonight. Challenge Timcast to what debate? Auschwitz personally killed 6 million? That's horrible. Airline made bro crash out. Where is the Beardson Hermes space? Chat, what? The Hermes space was like hours ago. That was like 5 hours ago. Fantastic. Oh, okay. I was wondering why they keep going. Florida man arrested for slapping pregnant woman smoking a cigarette. Okay. Next. All right. If that's all done, let's take a look at our React channel again. Oh, no, wait. We're watching the Hunter Biden thing. Yeah, back to watching Hunter talk about crack.
Pardon Leonard Peltier, or commuted his sentence from life imprisonment in Florida to house arrest at the Turtle Mountain Reservation.
I was never more proud of my dad. And again, literally, the only things that I advocated for were those.
Yes, Auschwitz debate, whether they have proof of bodies or intentional murder by gassing. Wait, does Tim Pool deny the Holocaust? Does Tim Pool do that? What? Debate Timcast? He doesn't believe in 6 million? That's so evil.
Were those things?
Peltier and the sentencing reform.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a report up in North Dakota about his homecoming event, and it was definitely interesting. I didn't think it would happen.
Hey guys, here's a quick preview of our upcoming episode that's being referenced called Leonard Peltier Comes Home.
Today is a victorious day as a...
Dude, fuck off.
And they're hosting the
celebrate their day.
Get back to Hunter.
The FBI that still, to the very end, were very threatening. It said that there would be huge consequences within that community of the former and current FBI agents who still firmly believe that Leonard Peltier was responsible for the death of that agent. Anyway, so I knew an inordinate amount about the case and had studied the case. I was in a course of a guy named Stephen Bright who ran the Southern Center for Human Rights, not the Southern Poverty Law Center. Two different organizations, same purpose, but the Southern Center for Human Rights, which mainly dealt with representing people.
Invasive data hoarders delete your information for a dating app and these broker hold information.
Oh my gosh.
You also, that's when your personal affairs kind of took center stage as far as the media cycle goes. You also mentioned, before we get into that, that your sobriety date was before the 2020 election cycle. When exactly do you think you had your last go?
Officially June 1st, 2019.
Oh, so pretty significantly before.
Yeah.
And you met Melissa right around then?
Yeah. Yeah, I met Melissa in the beginning of May. We got married in the middle of May. I tell the story, and you know, I have enough sense to recognize that if I was being told this story by my daughter in real time, I would say, "You're out of your mind." It was a miracle that I found her. I met Melissa, and within literally an hour, I was telling her my whole unvarnished life history and the immediate problems that I was facing, which was crack addiction. She literally said, "Well, that ends now." And it did. I mean,
Dude, he's got so
not that
much
many,
aura. He's so cool.
Over the next 2 weeks. And then I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And I said, well, why wouldn't we do it right now? And so he literally called Justice of the Peace to the house. She came and she married us. For me, it was a miracle. For Melissa, the really hard part started then, in the sense of, like, you know, getting clean and sober is not easy. It's even harder on the people that love you. And if they're that support system, it's a full-time job in that immediate period of time. Because, you know, as I said to you before, the dangerous part is withdrawing from alcohol. And it can be kind of scary. And she went through all of that, and she went through the entire process with me. And she did things that I wouldn't allow anybody else to do. I saw in Melissa somebody that, without any history between us, looked at me with as much love as I looked at her. And I accepted that love in that moment. And a lot of it was tough love. Like, I mean, she took my car
Can we
keys,
get back
she
to the
took my,
crack?
Wallet. She
Laptop
took
story.
my clothes for a period of time. So.
BLM flag, Black Lives Matter, but it actually said Biden's laptop matters.
That's horrible.
And so I asked the guy, what the hell does that mean? And he just sort of kept yelling the slogan over and over again. Couldn't get much out of him.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, what happened with that?
That's so
I don't know. You
fucked
tell
up.
me, and I really mean that sincerely. Like, you'll have a lot of people
True,
that
though.
will
True.
come up with something about the laptop. But I always say to anybody, I mean, you're steeped in the, and just through your work, the right wing
Like, what, you don't like my cock? What? Not impressed?
narrative around it. And my question to anybody that is
What's the
keeping
problem?
an open mind is, what is it that you think the laptop proves, or what you call the laptop? So everybody has a laptop. So when they say Hunter Biden's laptop, what is it that they're talking about? Do you know?
RuneScape.
Well, I know that you, your entire iCloud was connected to it. All of your personal text messages, private photos, all that kind of stuff.
Like everybody's laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so,
you left it with a repair shop owner who, for some reason, gave it to Rudy Giuliani. Not exactly sure how that's legal. He distributed it to the press.
That is so insane. Like, how the fuck did that get to...
Particularly, I think the New York Post was involved
That
in the
is crazy.
spearheading of this mass dissemination of your private materials. From what it seemed like, it was a lot of private text between you and your friends.
Jimbo, you can now pay $100 a month to be in a group chat with Nick? Wait, what? This message is only available to America First Plus subscribers. America First Plus? Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? Nick's Telegram? Oh. Do. The America First Archive is here. Watch all of Nick's shows, casual streams, collaborations, debates, and more. Subscription tiers. $15 a month, archive access. $30 a month, AI search. $100 a month, exclusive group chat access.
When I get home, I want you. Hello, I got places to be.
Whoa. Whoa.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. We have a great show.
Dude, they brought
tonight.
Cozy Plus back. Exclusive Telegram group chat. Holy crap. AF Ultra. Dude, I can finally be in a group chat with him. At last. At long last. Can meet my hero. I like this ad. Very nice. Very cool. The blender. Or what? Well, whatever. The 3D model thing. Very clean. Very nice. Yeah. Nice. Bow, 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 bow. All right. Back to Hunter.
Family, your entire sort of private life was on
I
there.
call Nick. Yeah, you can just at any moment just dial him up.
Yeah, and again,
like Pornhub Premium, but for America First.
So everybody has a laptop. Everybody has a
Well,
cloud.
I'm assuming not.
No, not everybody has a laptop. Everybody has a digital life. Almost everybody has a digital life. Everybody has a digital life, pretty much. And that includes voicemails and pictures and text messages and emails and location data and, you know, everything. Everybody, you do, everybody that is here right now. By whatever means, they got my digital footprint going back decades. 20 years. Again, I ask anybody, you're steeped in this, and this isn't a challenging question, but it kind of makes my point. What does
Wait, I need to
my
scroll down the
laptop
chat. Whoops.
prove? about
You get tons of pussy.
criminality or
You get crazy
anything
pussy
other than
and smoke
which
a lot of crack.
I've had already readily admitted to, completely transparent about, is my drug addiction.
Well, I'm trying to remember specifically what the most radical conspiracies that I heard. I think that a lot of people are concerned or curious.
Literally the only thing that sussed was like Asian prostitutes that did just look like kids, like straight up did look like they were like 12. That's the only. There was like some massage parlor pictures or whatever. I remember that like everyone was freaking out about with Hunter Biden, and also Obama's daughter, and she was underage or something. Everyone speculates that a black girl in it was Obama's daughter, but she wouldn't have been 18 yet or something. And so that's, you're a pedophile. He was like 17 in 364 days.
Curious about various international business dealings.
So I served on the board of well over a dozen different entities, way more than that, including major global.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's true. To be fair, like all of the Southeast Asian prostitutes probably do just look like kids. So
organizations. I was
I don't
vice
know.
chairman of the board of
I'm not sure.
National Passenger
Bagging
Rail
and sell coke,
Corporation,
player hating.
which
Yeah,
is
sure.
otherwise known as Amtrak. It's the largest passenger rail company in the world, which is more than just a rail company. It's also a real estate company. It's also a commercial real estate.
The really bad stuff was in the sister's diary, not the laptop. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The bad stuff was about someone talking about their dad showering with them all the time and it being weird. And then weird stuff with niece, or Biden's niece or something. I don't know.
State company. It's a residential real estate company, and it is probably the largest owners of property in urban metro centers of any organization in the country, and a huge employer and a multi-billion-dollar business. And I was the chairman of the corporate governance committee on that board, and vice chairman, and elected chairman, and then resigned before the Obama administration took. As I told you before, I was the chairman of the board of the U.S. UN World Food Program, responsible for sustaining a budget above $2 billion a year for the World Food Program and the contribution the United States makes to the global relief effort as it relates to hunger. I was chairman of the board of the Center for National Policy. I was on the board of Catholic Charities. I was on the board of Jesuit Volunteer Corps Northwest. I was on the board. I mean, I keep going down the list of board memberships that I had. And a year and a half before
all while he was on
dad
crack
was to leave office, I was approached by a Ukrainian natural gas company through one of their board members to consider being of assistance to a company
Hunter
that
Biden,
was
Jesuit
being
operative,
threatened by the
True, true.
and the invasion of Crimea and the incursions into Donetsk and the Donbass. And I took them on as a client because I was a partner of counsel, at Boyd Schiller Flexner, which was a major national global law firm, in which I focused on corporate governance and commercial law. And I represented them for
crack
about
greater
a
than
3-month
weed.
period of time.
I would say
through that
here's how I would rate drugs. This is just my thoughts, okay? So at the pinnacle of drugs, you have Adderall, right? Of course. Obviously. Adderall, 20 milligram XR. Then you'd have crack. Then you'd have loud. Then you'd have like heroin. Okay. Then you'd have coke. And coke is really for like girls and trans people. But that would be that's what I'm thinking. Right? That makes sense. Where does Nupept rank? Well, Nupept should just be being taken alongside the Adderall. Nupept isn't going to be a standalone thing necessarily. I mean, it could be if you have bad memory or something. But along with the Adderall.
Erreur alert.
They asked if I would join the board, which I did. The day that I joined the board, I announced it and sent out a press release of the reasons why that I was joining the board, which came and went.
Coke is awesome. What the fuck is you want, little boy? Okay, I read it. All right. Okay, Redditor. What about PrEP? PrEP? Well, that just goes along with all of it.
And did not become an issue until Rudy Giuliani, along with a guy named Andrei Derkach and a number of others that have all been convicted of treason for being Russian agents, came up with a conspiracy that Joe Biden was involved in a bribery scheme.
The FBI arrested.
But yeah, no, every trans person I've ever heard ever in New York City is obsessed with doing cocaine and what's the horse tranquilizer? What's that? They're all always on coke, and then they are always talking about doing ketamine. Yeah, ketamine. True.
The person who offered
Trained,
those allegations for falsifying his testimony to the
Paywalling NJF archive is retarded. No, it's not. It's called, he'll make tens of thousands of dollars a month.
FBI.
For
Plus.
over a 10-year period of time, I
Maybe
worked
hundreds.
with a group of people that had a cross-border private equity firm inside of China, and I had a business that was based around advisory for multinational global funds, private equity funds doing infrastructure work.
That doesn't make it a trans drug. I know. But here, okay. I'm not going to argue with you on this, but everyone that hypes up coke, you just sound, I mean, if you like it, that's whatever. But if you like hype it up constantly, you just sound like such a fucking loser. You sound like there was this era of right-wing, just fucking Reddit, just dog shit content where it was like, no offense, but Heavy Wash, like that was his name. Heavy Wash cocaine edits, and it was like Hollister ads, but then cocaine, but then also cocaine, and it's the based white skinny drug. It's the based. It's like acting like cigars are fucking based, okay? Or acting like smoking is like so fucking red pill. Like, okay, if you like doing it, I don't even care. If you're addicted to it and you like it, that's fine. But stop trying to tell me that it's cool. It's fucking not. Like, it's so gay. Everyone in reality that you ever see doing it, it's like literally, it's like girls, and then it's just trannies obsessed with it. Because it's literally just like a party drug. Like it is. It's just the party version of Adderall. Okay? It's for staying up when you're like really drunk. Okay? That's gay. That's fucking gay. Fuck you. Anyway, you're doing Adderall and we're streaming for 9 hours. Okay? We're doing Adderall and we're playing Factorio and jerking off. That's what I'm talking about. That's low. That's what it's all about.
Work and others, and I was asked to join a
MDMA? No, coke.
Fund, the startup inside of China.
But crack, on the other hand, sounds awesome. But I will say, the way Hunter Biden describes crack, now that sounds tough.
China that was
It is a BAP. Yes, coke is the BAP drug. Like literally, coke is the BAP drug. Okay, it's for like these wannabe Reuter freaks. Okay, that just think that and I say that where, like, if you're a bodybuilder and you're posting your body, I don't mean this. You know, we all have one friend that isn't doing roids. But if you're going to be a bodybuilder and you're going to fucking show off that you're a bodybuilder, just fucking roid out. Like, what's wrong with you? That's so gay. That's so retarded and gay. Just do steroids if you're going to be a bodybuilder. Okay? But all these fucking BAP heads are like, it's pathetic. It's like, you should not be taking shirtless, like bodybuilding images if you literally look like me with like 20 pounds. Okay? That's retarded. Like, that's so gay. I saw a few of those today. Where they're like on their feed, they're like posting that. I'm like, oh my. But yeah, that's the kind of, like, that's what I associate. Well, no, that's what I used to associate coke with, which is why I was always say it's gay. Now I associate coke with, like annoying women in New York City and trannies. True, which is accurate. And again, like if you like it, that's fine. But like if you act like it's the coolest thing ever, it's literally just shitty Adderall that doesn't like last long. Okay, that's just true. And you know how I know this is true? Dalton was obsessed with coke until he tried Adderall. I mean, he probably still likes coke. People that do Adderall and coke still like coke, obviously, because like in the moment, it's like you're high and everything. But he did Adderall, and then he's like, he loves it, obviously, and it's way better because it's like a lot of the good things about the coke, but it lasts. You're not like fiending for it and getting ready to suck dick for it, and it's not for just like partying, which that's just retarded. Anyway, back to Hunter Biden.
Headquarters in Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and New York. And I had a 10% equity
Did
stake
Adderall
in that,
make
of which
Dalton
I
Sheehan?
paid,
No. Adderall was
I,
after.
I made my equity contribution in that just like every
It's
other.
a status drug. Dude, you can't even say it's a status drug. Like, dude, no, it's fucking not. Like all these trashy people have it everywhere.
Of that.
Federal
I
officials
mean, it is expensive, but like they all still have it.
are looking at his foreign business dealings, including his ties to a Chinese energy company.
And those are my two
Yeah.
foreign business dealings.
Yeah, because I was kind of looking into it, and it seems like the conspiracy is that through those connections that you had to these, I guess, foreign governments, they were using you to leverage pressure onto your dad
Again,
somehow.
like what?
Well, that's the thing, is that when you're looking
And
for...
I'm not putting you on the spot. And I guess my whole point is that I asked these same questions to the House Oversight Committee. I've been investigating
he could be a politician
the House Ways
if
and
he
Means
didn't do
Committee, the
crack.
House Judiciary Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Senate.
He should still be allowed to be a politician because, like Donald Trump is, you know what I mean? Like, he had a little crack bender for a decade or two. Who cares? Like, can we just let Hunter run? Honestly.
Oversight Committee, and I have been investigated by Maine Justice, the U.S. Attorney in Pittsburgh, the U.S. Attorney in Philadelphia, the U.S. Attorney in District of Columbia, the U.S. Attorney in Los Angeles, the U.S. Attorney of Delaware, the Special Counsel's Office. Not one single person has ever accused me of a crime based upon anything that was in or
Trump did way worse stuff than Hunter ever did. True.
Not a single thing about my laptop. So this whole idea that there was some conspiracy to cover up the laptop, they uncovered 20 years unvarnished of every single communication that I've ever had over a phone or by text or over email or computer in any digital way. There's not one communication that you can even remotely say is evidence of a crime. Not one. Not one time. Not one communication. I would challenge anybody to show one instance other than me seeking drugs for myself, for my own personal use, okay? Or women as it relates to, people that were in the drug trade that I would seek for the purchase of drugs. One single instance in which anyone has used any one of those communications as evidence of any kind of crime
other than
at
the
all.
prostitutes.
Now, take that.
The crack. True, though. True.
That's it. So you say Biden,
Honestly,
Hunter
true.
Biden's laptop.
Catcher needs to fact check this guy. True.
By the way, I'm talking out there to people that I would assume are or want
to Biden's laptop from heaven.
To be on my side, or at least want to be on the side that I'm a part of. What about Hunter Biden's laptop? How about this? Well, it was a cover-up. Twitter took it down, and it was a big cover-up.
Dude, you know what else happens? Okay, wait. Am I mixing up? I swear. I feel like I'm mixing up Hunter Biden and Hunter S. Thompson. Does Hunter S. Thompson have a part in Fear and Loathing where he's driving in the desert at night and he's being chased by a owl? Or is that Hunter Biden's? I literally can't remember. Hold on. Desert. I think that's Hunter Biden. I'm pretty sure that literally is in Hunter Biden's book. Like when he went to California or something. When he was driving there. Dude, yeah, wait, yes, it is him. It is his book. Dude, his book is so good. Holy shit. Holy shit, I forgot about this. He gets in like a crash and stuff. Hey, get this. Hold on, I need... What kind of music do I want for this? No, this is fine. Around 11 a.m., speeding east along the tabletop flat highway. That unspooled through the baked Sonoran Desert. Somewhere outside of Palm Springs, the temperature already closing in on 90 degrees. I nodded off behind the wheel. Waking up an instant later, I found myself in midair. Wait, is this... Which one's the one where it's at night? That one's good too. We have to read that part too, but... Hold on. That's when he gets in a crash. Remember him getting chased? No, that's Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's book is unironically better than Hunter S. Thompson's. It's basically like very similar, kind of. I mean, not really. He's like way more likable than Hunter S. Thompson, but it literally is like that, with like a good ending and a good moral. Okay, wait. So yeah, this is him flying there. So he's going to the West Coast to try to be clean. Try to get clean. Thinking if he gets away from people, he'll be able to. Anyway, so blah, 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 blah. So he's going to a place where they would, like a rehab center. Basically. I never slept ever. I made a reservation each day on a puddle jumper from LA to Sedona, and each day I canceled it. I couldn't make myself get on a plane. In time, even the night world's regulars became uneasy. During one mix-up, too stupid and tangled the detail, I nearly got in a fight outside an after-hours club on Hollywood Boulevard. Before the club's two massive bouncers could intervene, one of their friends, a Samoan man, built like a brick shithouse, with braided hair down to his ass, pulled me away to cool me down. He went by Baby Down, a nickname derived from his older brother, Down, so-called, because he could put anybody who hassled him down with one punch. You didn't want to mess with Baby Down, either. As I'd learned, he was related to Booyah Tribe, a local group of Samoan gangsters turned rappers, whose music became popular in the 1980s and 90s. Branches from that tree, I was told, had a monopoly on the doormen who worked LA's strip clubs. That night, Baby Down ushered me to Mel's Drive-In on Sunset and 8 and talked with me until I settled down. It felt like a real rare heart-to-heart. As badass as he looked and likely was, Baby Down seemed empathetic and bright beyond his obvious street smarts. He talked about helping me get cleaned up and back on my feet. I decided to rent a car and drive to Sedona. I left Marina Del Rey around 4 in the morning on no sleep and in a cavernous Lincoln town car, taking I-10 out of California to start the 500-mile jaunt. I made it as far as San Bernardino, 75 miles east. Snow-capped mountains emerged ahead in the breaking twilight. Exhausted, I checked into a hotel. I still couldn't fall asleep. Still couldn't stop smoking. After a while, I got back on the road, and that should have been that. End of story. End of me. Around 11 a.m., speeding east along the Table Flat Highway that unspooled through the baked Sonoran Desert. Somewhere outside of Palm Springs, the temperature already closing in on 90 degrees. I nodded off behind the wheel. Waking up an instant later, I found myself in midair, the car having jumped a soft curb on the passing lane, soaring at 80 miles an hour into a cloudless blue sky, heading into the gulch that divided I-10. Nanoseconds unreeled in a kind of stop-action slow motion. I had what seemed like an eternity to size things up and consider my alternatives. Even though, of course, I had no time at all. As my car made its descent into the median, I resisted the urge to do what my reflexes were imploring me to do. Jam on the fucking brakes. I knew that would cause the town car to barrel roll the moment the wheels touched, and then threw me or crush me. Instead, I hit the gas. The second the car landed in the gulch, I let it run for a moment until yanking the steering wheel to avoid a berm that serves as a turnaround for emergency vehicles and the police. The car spun into the westbound lanes, the same direction as the oncoming traffic. Miraculously, there was a gap in the traffic until my car stopped dead in the emergency lane, hissing and coughing. It rested on 4 flat tires, with cacti and scrub brush wrapped around the undercarriage. I don't remember how long I sat there. It seemed like forever. I blinked behind sunglasses that had somehow stayed on my head. The luggage in the back seat was now scattered all over the front. The car's interior looked like a war zone. I was shaking, still amped up from being in the middle of my 12-day roll. 2 police cruisers whizzed by without as so much as tapping their brakes, like I was somebody who'd pulled over to take a leak, or tourists who'd stopped to ponder the roadside's ceaseless, featureless panorama. I called the rental company and told them that somebody ran me off the road. The tow truck didn't arrive for a couple hours, and when the driver looked over the car, I told him that I'd wound up in the gulch. He shrugged. Happens all the time, he said before hauling me back. Okay, wait. So where's the part where... Here. This part, okay. So that part's crazy and everything, but then this part too. Arizona, I stopped for gas somewhere in the high foothills while driving north through Arizona. Rolled back onto the highway, then didn't realize until 2 hours later that I pointed my new Jeep Cherokee in the wrong direction. Back on the right track, I found myself navigating a winding mountain road beneath a moonless sky, well past midnight. There were no lights anywhere. Some sections had guardrails, some did not. I was determined to keep moving rather than pull over and wait until morning. I'd called Grace Grove before leaving Palm Springs. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. He was driving. As the high desert wind rushed and whistled through the wide open windows, I played an album of remixes by Mississippi bluesman R.L. Burnside as kind of propulsive soundtrack. On one song, It's Bad, You Know, Burnside growls those words over and over. I played it almost continuously like a gonzo incantation. I was out of my fucking mind. To stay awake, I chain-smoked crack and cigarettes, kept the windows down, leaned into the bracing night air whenever I felt myself nodding off. At some point, the crack lost its oomph, but I just kept lighting up anyway, out of force of habit. Sometimes I just slapped myself in the face. As I peered ahead into the pitch blackness at times, punched so far forward, my chest bumped against the steering wheel. An enormous barn owl suddenly swooped over my windshield, as if dropped straight from the inky night sky. I looked on in stunned wonder. It glided over the car's hood until it was caught in my high beams. I didn't know if it was real or a hallucination, but it sure as hell woke me up. Then as abruptly as it arrived, the bird swerved off to the right, just out of range of my headlights. I swerved with it to stay on the road, and it led me cleanly around a sharp bend. It disappeared for a few minutes after that as the road straightened, before reappearing again with its massive wings, tilting first one way, then the other, guiding me through a series of tight, bounding switchbacks. I just kept following. It did the same thing 4 or 5 more times, disappearing, returning, gliding through dips and rises and hairpin turns at full speed, like a stunt plane at an air show, all but beckoning me to stay close behind. I'm not sure how long I followed the owl before it finally led me straight into Prescott. As it flapped off into the star-smeared sky, I shook my head and mouthed the soundless, still disbelieving, "Thank you," over and over and over again. It was 3 a.m. Joey and Morgan had waited on me for hours. Isn't that like, what the what? Anyway, he's a good author, though. It's good,
and
right?
You have Matt Tidy
Anyway,
and
back
all these
to
guys
this.
who say,
This book is so awesome. It really is, dude. Like, I swear that Hunter Biden's autobiography is fucking awesome.
yeah, it was that Twitter took it down and Facebook took it down.
It seems that big tech only censors media companies, only censor stories.
Just acknowledge you left Sojak on the battlefield.
Sorry about that.
Grenade dropped from the heavens above. Crying in sore fashion. He's gone now. Dead. Pray for his soul.
Rest in peace. Real one. Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, buddy.
When they're negative towards the Biden campaign.
You know why they took it down? Because what they did was they published naked photos of me and women, which is in violation.
That is okay. Okay, that is kind of true. Like, I mean, obviously there was like special privilege being used there and there's bias and everything, but like also that is literally true and insane, because that does also just explain why it would be taken down. It was just like random women's like nudes being published and shit. That's crazy.
Of their terms, and which, by the way, is a criminal act under the new federal law that was passed by Melania, accredited
big
to
fat
Melania
cock, too.
Trump,
Yeah, true.
with universal support in the House and the Senate. That's why they took it down. It wasn't a cover-up.
That is
and
true.
then you had
That's funny.
100 former national security officials come out and say, this looks like it could be a Russian op. Because it is. Because in the course of an election, what happens? You have Rudy Giuliani in conjunction with Steve Bannon, in conjunction
Why would that be
with
Russian?
Miles Gao, who's in jail, who is, I don't know, how many ever counts of fraud and bribery, and is a
Republicans
a
would just
Chinese
do that
national, was
on their
working
own.
directly with Steve Bannon, and a number of others, including Bernie Kerik, who, God rest his soul, is dead.
Rest in
That
peace,
basically
Batman.
came out and said, we have Hunter Biden's laptop. And the big reveal about Hunter Biden's laptop was that I was a crack addict. But, unfortunately for them, I had already admitted that I was a crack addict in the pages of the New Yorker and did a, 13,000-word article with Adam Entos, in which I told everything about myself and my own struggles. And they just simply conflated the two. They said, well, Joe Biden fired the prosecutor in Ukraine to benefit his son. Completely debunked. Person that said that I took a bribe for that happens to be a guy named Shokin, who is in prison for lying to the FBI on a form FT 1023. In prison, admitted to it, admitted that he was enticed into making it up on behalf of the Trump team.
Goodbye,
The only other guy
Lubavitch.
that came up and said that there was illegal and wrongdoing and bribery was a guy named
Imagine millions of 40 to 60-year-olds posting your nudes. That's crazy. Dude, that is actually insane. Like, literally 1 million boomers talking about your cock daily for literally, 4 years after the fact, too. Like, constantly, and finding new angles of your cock and then posting that, too.
Gal Luft, who was later convicted, an
That's insane.
absentia, both by the EU
Get off
and
my
as
dick,
a
boomer,
arrest warrant
literally.
out for him
Like,
by
literally, though,
Interpol
right?
and the United States as an arms dealer, selling Chinese weapons to the Iranians and to the Libyans. And so, again, I ask, so Hunter Biden's laptop, so what? So what?
It sounds like it was just became political cannon fodder to, make that election cycle as colorful
How do you
as
defend
possible.
yourself against it, though? So if somebody says...
Well, let's start with the fact that your private photos were leaked by somebody that was supposed to be repairing your laptop.
Some people will go, well, hey, wait a second, aren't you just
Wait, that's actually him? The guy with,
leafing through someone
Tobias?
else's private property? It can be perceived that way, but again, he hired me to do that.
Number one, I literally have no memory of ever dropping my laptop off there, okay? This guy swears that I did, okay? Regardless, to your point, okay?
You were on crack.
This is Wilmington. That laptop
Fair. You're
repair
on
shop
crack
is
vendors.
in Trolley Square. I had family that owned a business that was literally the opposite side of them. There are literally within a stone's throw of where that person is in a very, very small community, at least a dozen people directly related to my family. Every night he used to go to 2 or 3 different bars in which he could have literally turned and talked to anyone and said, do you know how to get in touch with Hunter?
You're talking about the laptop repair
laptop
shop.
repair shop guy. Somehow that doesn't happen. But somehow this guy, who's supposed to be repairing a laptop, he says, decides what he's going to do is he's going to review the material, and what he sees is he thinks is evidence of a crime.
McIsaac says he also found documents that
Rudy Giuliani's going to need to see this.
show payments made to Hunter Biden from a Ukrainian energy company that have become the center of a political firestorm.
More emails from Hunter Biden's laptop keep surfacing.
I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is.
Let's get the truth. What's in this laptop?
Now again, the evidence he thinks is of a crime is my drug use. He thinks it's embarrassing. And all of a sudden, who ends up with my laptop? The one...
This guy made sure to study his cock, yeah.
...person in that moment in time that had more
crime
to
to have meat like this
than anyone else.
I got the hard drive legally, completely legally. Why are they worried about how I got it? Why don't they just say it's untrue?
Rudy Giuliani and his lawyer on behalf of Donald Trump. How is that possible?
That is insane. That's legit insane, actually, when you put it that way.
You may have been paid off to orchestrate some kind of data
I
leak.
don't know. And at this point, it's like, who cares? So then I get in an argument about Like, okay, well, who took the laptop? How did the laptop disseminate it? Was it really a laptop? Because it really isn't, by the way. Here's another anomaly of this. There really isn't a laptop. There's a hard drive. And then there's an amalgamation of a hard drive. There's an original hard drive that he says he has, and he argues with everybody else who says that there are like 400 gigabytes more that were added onto that from the dark web.
You never got
the dark
a laptop
web
before you wrote that story, did you?
That's correct.
I miss Hunter Biden's penis. Good times. Yeah, true.
You got a hard drive.
Hard drive.
And you received that hard drive from Rudy Giuliani, right?
Yep.
Okay. Who had been...
Well, I gotta see if this food is here. Hold on. Before we continue this, let me play a song for a sec. I gotta see if this food's here. Real quick, 1 second. Let me play a song and put the AFK screen on. Sec. Okay, BRB, 1 sec. Sorry. I just wanted to...
Can I get your hand to ride on this piece of leg to fight on? What a night to fly my kite on. Do you wanna flash a light on? Take a look, it's on display for you. Coming down on night today. Did you meet your fortune teller? Get it off with no propeller. Do it up, it's on with Stella. What a way to finally smell her. Make it up, it's not too strong for you. Take a piece and pass it on.
Okay. The Uber driver is, well, he's like 10 minutes late. My Uber driver's not my Uber Eats driver is 10 minutes late. But it's okay, because it was like a great deal from the whole place. All right, next. We watch more of this Hunter thing, or should we do something else? See what else there is.